welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the movie Mortal Kombat. Now this is based on the video game franchise of the same name, and this is yet another reboot of the Mortal Kombat film franchise, because you know they had a previous Mortal Kombat film back in 1995, which I have right here on the DVD. I did get to see that one in the theaters too. I also have the second one on here, Mortal Kombat Annihilation from 1997. But this film here is like a reboot, and it kind of tells kind of like the same kind of story about like the Earthrealm heroes fighting for the fate of like the universe or the world and so on. They have to take on like Shang Tsung and all that kind of stuff. But it is kind of different, and it has like different like heroes and like villains brought into like the film this time. Now I feel that this film actually borrows like a lot of elements from the recent animated film Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge, which I thought was awesome. Now this is kind of like a Scorpion origin tale film, but it had like all the other Mortal Kombat characters in it too as well. Now the film does borrow like kind of like the opening sequence, and this is spoiler territory. Like the opening sequence of this film right here is very kind of closely similar to like the opening sequence of this right here, the Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. Because it kind of gives like a backstory to like about Scorpion, what happened with his family, how he had a confrontation with Sub-Zero and all, and it's like very similar to what happened in the animated film. It's not as gory, but it is like similar to it, and I thought that was kind of awesome. Now this film itself, I don't want to go into it too much because it kind of spoil it, but it do have all like the characters, so like Liu Kang, you got Jax, Sonya, Kung Lao, Raiden, like Shang Tsung, Grower, Melina, I think that's Melina. All them kind of characters are in the film too as well, but they are actually introducing like a new character where I never have heard of this character. I think his name is known as Cole, if I'm not mistaken, and he's kind of like the antagonist of the film. And like I said, I wasn't really too familiar with him, but he's apparently, and this is a spoiler alert, like an offspring of like Scorpion, like that character like Scorpion, but not necessarily Scorpion's character, but like an offspring of like I think the one like one of his like later like generations or something like that. But the film itself, it kind of has like the same plot to what happened with the original film, or what the actual plot of Mortal Kombat is, about the fight for the fate of like Earth and so on. But it is entertaining. It does have like a lot of awesome like fighting sequences. Like the visual effects I thought were pretty good. I thought like a lot of good humor. It was actually much better than I thought it would be. And I know like a lot of the critics and so on, from what I'm hearing, like the fans are having like mixed reactions to it. But it turns out that I actually kind of enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It's very violent, so it kind of stays true to how the game itself was, like very bloody and gory. Because remember, like the 1995 film didn't really have that. It wasn't like really like gory or bloody, you know, because they were trying to aim it at a kind of like a younger crowd. Whereas this film goes all out with like the profanity, like the violence and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's like very bloody. Like the language that they use is like very extreme. So it's definitely like an R-rated type film, you know. But it was pretty entertaining. Now this is directed by Simon McQuaid, I think that's how you pronounce it. And like the cast of characters are like Jessica McNamee as Sonya Blade, Josh Lawson as Kano, Tadamano Asano as Laura Raiden, Makar Brooks as Jazz, yeah, because I do know him from like the Supergirl show. Then you have Ludi Lin as Liu Kang, Chin Han as Shang Tsung, Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero, you could say Bai Han. Then you have Haruyuki Sanada as Scorpion or Hanzo, Max Huang as Kung Lao, Sissy Stringer as Melina. They also have Cabal in this too as well. Then they have like the character, like I said, of Cole Young, which I wasn't familiar with. And I think he's like an original character, and he's played by Louis Tan. Like the film does really focus on him. Now another thing I thought was kind of cool about this film too is it actually shows how everybody has like their powers and abilities that they have. Say like Liu Kang fireballs, you know, and so on. These are actually like abilities that were actually within them, and they actually have to, it's like their karma, and I know that's what they call it, karma. They actually have to bring these abilities within them out so they can actually use them, you know, so that they actually put all of their spiritual and mental focus together to actually bring these abilities out. So I thought that was kind of cool that they had it, because Kano, he actually developed like his laser eye, you know, he could shoot out the laser out of his eye. He actually had developed that before, I think, like using like the karma and somebody's leaving that. Even Sonya, you know, like the beams that she shoot out of her hand. So I thought all that was kind of interesting. That was kind of different from what they actually did like in the games, you know. But in the end, I thought this was a pretty entertaining film. It's like solid. You can tell that it does have like a strong focus on Scorpion and Sub-Zero too as well. So I enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it for like fans of like Mortal Kombat and so on. Like I said, it was entertaining. The pacing was pretty good. Now there's certain things about it that kind of felt like kind of off, and was just still something kind of off about it, which keeps it from being like a great, I mean a really good movie. But it was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it. So I'm giving Mortal Kombat a B-. And like I said, I would definitely recommend this for fans of like the video games and so on, because it's definitely as true to them, because it's like violent and gory, like beheadings, blood, like limbs being torn off, even like the profanities there. So I'm giving this a B-. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.